All right, let me double check real quick. It says we're live. Let's see. Yeah. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. The honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And peace and blessings to the elect out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. As you can see by the title, it's going to be based around this clip that, the brother had sent me on MSNBC. Well, I'm just going to let's see if I can share my screen real quick. Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
Missouri pastors are teaming up to promote vaccination. The Christian faith leaders will launch an advertising campaign and issue a plea for Missourians to get vaccinated, quote, as a way of following Jesus's command to love your neighbor as yourself. The idea was spearheaded by a Christian magazine in the state of Missouri. Let's bring in director of the...
Bro, that lets you know that what essentially the spiritual leaders are doing of our people is causing them to think in ways that are really evil, man. They're justifying something that not only is unnecessary, okay, but it's also detrimental specifically to our people, okay. And what's the dude? I can't remember the YouTube. Was it is it Stevie D or something like that? He got a YouTube channel, and he pretty much touches on various different topics that go on in the community or whatever. But he was on a podcast, and he was one of the people that was on the podcast, and he was saying that he doesn't trust anything that the government is trying to push on so-called Negroes as a cure, because history proves itself that it's not, man. Okay, it's not going to be. And the thing is, ultimately, this what is not productive to salvation, man. Okay, so not only is it again unnecessary, but it's also detrimental to our people because it's causing them to trust in Esau.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is an example, man. So you're seeing on the news clip that you have people out there that are really going around trying to convince Christians that taking the first and the second dose is a good way of following the Lord's command to love your neighbor as yourself. So let's get the proper understanding of that scripture, which is in Leviticus. Matter of fact, I like how you had that screen up, bro.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I don't know if I can share it. Well, I don't even got a computer, but that way we can look at the scriptures too. You know what I'm saying? But I can read it though. But I don't know if the audience might be wanting to see it too. But anyway, I'll just go ahead and get it if you don't mind, Leviticus, bro.
Cool.
All right, this is Leviticus chapter 18, and Yahweh repeated this, but this is was originally it was originally written in the law.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahweh he read the law. All they had back then was the Old Testament.
And that's really a cut to the New Testament only Christians that they like to use that scripture to justify that the old laws were done away with. But in reality, this was just like a quick summary of to as a quick recap of the law, because all the laws were, in place to keep you healthy and keep you, away from abominations. So in loving your neighbor as yourself, you're automatically going to try to keep, your fellow neighbor, your fellow Israelite healthy.
I'm
By
gonna go ahead.
way,
No, go ahead. You got it, bro.
but just to be clear, that what the little arm candy, that that's not healthy,
Nah, look at the ingredients. Look them up. Anyway, Leviticus 19 and 18. It says, "Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahweh." Okay, and what we're supposed to do is treat others like you would want to be treated. All right, in the sense of being courteous, being fair, being forgiving, merciful, all the attributes of really a great leader. And people capitalize on people that don't have the spirit and the sense of judgment on them. Matter of fact, can we get 1 Thessalonians 5 and I think that's 15. Double check, because essentially I believe it's the 15th verse. Essentially, man, when you are without this truth, you don't have any proper direction. You're like a car that's has gas in it, and it might be going somewhere, but it's not going to take you from Dallas to Houston. If you put a car on cruise control, it ain't going to park into your house, into your destination smoothly, man. It takes a person, with the right mind to get to point A to point B. And that's what these people are, man. They're pretty much walking around aimlessly, void of understanding, man. So we can get this one in 1 Thessalonians.
1 Thessalonians 5 and 15.
Yeah, is it we're talking about darkness, or is it the 5th verse? Let me see.
Yeah, it's verse I'll start at
Yeah, I'm sorry.
3.
Really, yeah, right. I'm sorry. 5 and 5. I'm sorry.
Okay. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 5 says, "Ye are the children of..."
Yeah, you can start at verse 3. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all good. This is 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3. "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape."
Right, man. That sudden destruction. People are like, do you really think this is going to happen in our lifetime? You really think that this can happen now? How do you know we're in the time? Those are the questions of somebody who hasn't read the Bible, man. If you haven't read the Bible, you're not going to know where we're at in prophecy. You don't know the prophecies at all to know where we at on the map. You don't even know what the map looks like. So how are you going to begin to identify where your location is? You see what I mean? You don't know your states. You don't know your cities. Ain't no little red dot saying you are here. You just like, I don't know. This is all foreign land to me. That's majority of people. They walking without. If you go out to the country, okay, where there's no street lights, no city lights,
no
turn all
GPS
lights
signal.
off, no GPS signal, and just walk outside and try to go anywhere. You're not gonna make it very far, man, because you don't have any vision and direction on where you're going. Okay, so that's these people in the sense of the Most High's direction, that He's guiding his men. The direction that He's guiding His men in, is something that not everybody can pick up. Okay, and the proof of that is in I feel like we brought it out already in the previous lesson we did, but the proof of that is in Revelation 14. Okay, where it talks about the elect singing a new song that no man can learn that song except for the elect. So that's why you're not going to get it, because the Most High said you're not going to get it, and the only reason why we get it because He allowed us to. So, but can you read verse 3 again, Bobasha?
Yeah, it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall
Right.
not escape.
So their comfort is in peace and safety, and that's the point of the like you said the can what'd you say the candy can't
The arm
poisonous
candy.
candy the arm candy. I like that one. There you go, liquid Jolly Rancher.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the point of it, is to make you feel safe. Now you're secure. Now you're less susceptible to take on this deadly sickness that's plaguing the earth. But in reality, he's willing to pay niggas to take it first.
Mm-hmm.
He's willing to give you an incentive to take it
Man,
first.
and Jake just has to look up definitions. All he has to do is look up the definition of inoculation.
Mm.
It tells you that's them putting the virus inside you. And they justify it by saying, it's building your immune system. It's getting your immune system
Right.
used to fighting that virus. It's like, no, man. They don't tell you how to, just eat the right natural foods, and herbs, the right vitamins to build to build a stronger immune system. He's going to try to put poison in you to see if your body's, strong enough to fight it.
Mm-hmm.
And then put drugs in it too to give you other side effects.
Hey, well, this is how Esau's plans have led to where we're at today. You know what I mean? On that note of just poisoning Jake, to put him away, and then seeing what happens. This is let me get the account in Exodus, the first chapter. This is Exodus chapter. Well, you know what? Where's a specific verse that I want? Okay, here we go. Exodus chapter 1 and in verse 12. It says, but the more they are, and this is how you know where our people, because all the other nations are feeble as hell. You put them in the sun for a week and they're ready to give up the ghost. Okay. But you put Jake out in the field, his skin gonna get darker. He going to basically adapt to that situation, man. Because we're the most mighty people. We're the best people at everything. I don't care what anybody says. Israel is the best nation out of all the nations by far. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing Esau got is the blessing of the sword, man.
Hey,
Okay.
you can't. But also, man, hey, when 2/3, get into wickedness, they do it better than Esau, man.
Yeah.
Elder Apostle Tahar, he recently just did a video breaking down or going over a news report about the most dangerous cities in the earth, and they're all Jake neighborhoods because there's more murder rates in those neighborhoods than there are in war infested cities.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, man. So Jake's really better at wickedness than Esau.
Yep. I brought out yesterday. We taught the wicked ones our ways, man. Because
Mm-hmm.
we refuse to get in line with the Most High. So we got to do something. We're the best, right? So we got to put our energy into something. We got all this excess energy and industrialism. So it's gonna go one way or the other. That's why when you read in Second Kings, you would see the son of so and so. Most of the time, it said he did not that which was right in the eyes of the Most High, and he would be going in. You know what I'm saying? Killing prophets, not just one king, multiple, right? But they would be raising up altars, persecuting the saints, just going in on wickedness on the left hand side. You're like, damn, this dude. He wasn't just like a regular 2/3 nigga like this nigga. This dude was a nigga. So yeah, bro. Like the Most High, put the spirit on us to be superior, man. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Brother said Mexico is more violent than Iraq. What's that
Uh-huh.
game called? M16 or whatever? I don't know what it's called,
Yeah.
but didn't they say they were having the Olympics in one of those cities down there, and it was just like trash. Like if you weren't at the Olympics, you was in the hood. I'm like, damn. So, but anyway, I think that was it on the verse. Let me read it again. It says Exodus 1:12. It says, but the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel. Okay, so the Egyptians were pissed off at the fact that all of this stuff that they were setting up to pretty much put Israel down and make them weaker, it was having the adverse effect. You know,
just like today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they try to they fund, you know, abortion clinics in Jake neighborhoods, and they, you know, they they put poison in all their foods. There's fast food restaurants on every block, multiple fast food restaurants that give you diabetes, you know, obesity, and liquor stores on every shop. You know, it's drug infested in all Jake neighborhoods, and still you got Jake's pouring out of those neighborhoods into, you know, nicer, you know, middle class and upper middle class neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Jake doesn't like being in the hood, you know. So you take a hood Jake and put him in the suburbs, and now now he just brought the hood to the suburbs, so now that's the hood now.
Yeah,
You know?
it's reverse gentrification.
No, yeah, for sure. You know, that's why Esau be taking the hood. That's what he's like. You know, he got Jake with that one. I'll give him that. You know, with the gentrification, he'll make them property taxes go up to where he get Jacob out of there and then build some high end stuff. You know, but at the end of the day, the scriptures say in Malachi, the 1st chapter, man, you know, yeah, he gonna rebuild, but the Lord gonna tear it down. So no matter how many apartment complexes this man raised up, it's all for nothing, man. Okay. But that was it in Leviticus. Did you have a precept? If not, we can go to Isaiah.
Yeah, you can grab that Isaiah 28:7.
Yeah, kind of. You mind reading it for me, bro?
Yeah, kind of. This is Isaiah 28:7. But they also have erred from Salakia. But they also have erred through wine and through strong drink, are out of the way. The priest and the prophet have erred through strong drink.
Right. And that strong drink, what does that go into? The false philosophies of the other, I'll say that originated from the other nations, you know, and that's why reading like books like the Book of Numbers is really good, because it goes into the history of a lot of the guys that were introduced to Israel, you know, during the time of us overtaking the Canaanites out of that land, and you know the Most High judged a lot of Jakes that were falling into idolatry, man. You know, he caused I believe it was a plague. It was a whole bunch of stuff. It was multiple situations, actually, multiple plagues, multiple, you know, scenes, if you will, where Israel would just get burnt up or swallowed up into a pit or get attacked by serpents, or, you know, get sick or whatever the case was, because they were going after these other guys going off. And, you know, it's really sad that, you know, thousands of years later, we're still dealing with the same issue, which is why, you know, I'm glad that the Most High put an expiration date on 2/3, man. Because if they were allowed to continue to come back in the reincarnation, we'd constantly be here, you know, doing what we're supposed to do through the Spirit to the best of our ability, and these niggas continuously messing it up for us, man. You know, so you know, I'm glad the Lord is gonna put this to an end, man, because I can't think of a place no more wicked than America. You don't even have to look at its history. You just got to look at what it's doing today. And people don't want to focus on what's America doing right now. They want to, okay. By the way, by all means, bring up the past, bring up slavery. All that's, it's still there. It's still unaccounted for. But also today too. You know what I'm saying? All the wickedness is being pushed today. Imagine how many of those arm candy things are being administered today. Just today, you know, whatever day this is, the 30th or 29th or whatever. Imagine that, man. You know, all these people line up to take that, and that's just one thing. Imagine how many niggas commit adultery today. Imagine how many people, you know, getting killed today. You know, how many people stealing today. You know, how many people acting demonic as hell toward their mother and father, man.
Spiritual
Envying their brother's
idolatry.
possessions. Yeah, you know, yeah, man. So the sins of this place, like just like if you read in Revelation, I'm gonna get this Revelation 18 real quick. Go ahead and let this speak. And if America's not Babylon the Great, then tell me what is and prove it through the scriptures, man. Okay. Because people want to say, oh, because, bro, you got a lot of people, they listen to us, but they just don't, they just say, oh, yeah, you're right, but some of this, I just don't agree with this. Well, tell us where in the scriptures that we're going off, and so we can go into it, because ultimately we're here to minister, not to be ministered unto, man. Okay. So this is Revelation, the 18th chapter, and I'll start at verse 4. Oh shoot, low power mode. Let me plug this in real quick. Revelation 18. Okay, there we go. Revelation 18:4. It says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, 'Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not her plagues, that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven.'" And this is why we're going to have to be brought up out of this place, man. We're going to have to be physically caught up, like it talks about in 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, and in 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, man. We're going to have to be brought up out of this place, man. Okay? Because if we stay in this place, we're going to be partakers of this destruction that's coming. Okay?
Yeah, just like how the angels led Lot out of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Mm-hmm.
When Abraham was asking the Lord, like, hey, if there's 20 righteous men, are you going to save the city? He said, hey, if there's 5, I'd save the city. There's only one. So he got that one out and he destroyed the city.
Mm-hmm.
So just like America today, if the majority of America was, halfway decent, the Lord might have mercy on it. But because, it's prophesied that, America's going to be destroyed. So it's not going to happen,
Right.
But he's going to deliver the elect. He's not going to let them suffer the same things that the wicked ones are going to suffer.
Esau, I'll say like this: America is equivalent to a city that was established that was like a city of refuge, right? You go there, those reserved cities that you'll go to, in the law. Though this is America is like unto one of those cities, and a nation that caused a group of people to flee into that city, that same nation come and besiege that city. It's like, damn, we were here. We said we came here for refuge, because you got to remember the Northern Kingdom came here from captivity, escaping captivity, I should say, to enjoy peace or relative peace, because there were skirmishes between tribes and stuff like that. But Esau, man, took it to another level. That's genocide right there. He came through and eradicated Northern Kingdom, majority of the population with no remorse. That has to be accounted for, man. And so it says, Revelation 18 and 4. "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, 'Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues.'" Okay, and so we're gonna have to be preserved from that, man. Because America's about to be judged on a level that nobody can imagine, man. Nobody can imagine the level. And again, I said this in the last lesson, if they knew that judgment was going to come in their lifetime, they wouldn't be showing their ass like this, man. But because they don't know when the Lord Yahushua gonna come, they gambling. Oh, it even don't come. It's been 2,000 years.
Well, they don't believe in prophecy,
Yeah. They don't even read prophecy.
You know,
You gotta
they
read it to
call it.
believe it.
Come on. And that's how you know these Christians are going to take that mark of the beast, is because they don't believe that. They don't really believe in the prophecies of the scriptures. You know, there's different philosophies of, you know, in the Christianity, that the mark of the beast is deception. You know, it's not a physical mark. It's, you know, a spiritual mark. You know, all that bullshit. That's how you know they're gonna fall for Esau's lies. Like you know how we just played at the beginning. You know, like hey, they Christians are going saying love thy neighbor. You got to take the jab. They can just use that same one for the mark of the beast, man. The RFID chip.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. And I mean, if you can't see the correlation at this point, you know, I mean, there's so many scriptures that go into, you know, what this man is setting up, and that explains why majority of Christians they don't understand Revelation. Revelation is that's the scary book. People don't know about the breakdowns in Revelation, bro, because it's sealed. They can tell you it's sealed, but they don't know that it's even. They don't even really realize that it's people out there that know it. You know, it's not sealed for everybody. It's sealed for, you know, for those who don't have the spiritual eyes and ears. So I'm gonna just finish this in Revelation, and we can go back to Isaiah, unless you have something else. Uh, it's back in Revelation 18 and verse 4. It says, "For her sins have reached." Verse 5. "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities." So the sins of America, man, the sins of America, which is this place is going to get judged, because it mentions in verse 2 that Babylon the Great. That's the topic of discussion right here. Babylon the Great is falling.
Mm-hmm.
This place is not destined to be no metropolis kingdom for the next 100 years, for the next 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 100 years, man, 1,000 years. There's people that think that America's gonna be around 1,000 years from now, bro. Like, come on, bro. This place, it's not. It's gonna fall.
Come on. Hey, let me grab that in 2 Peter. This is 2 Peter 3:11. It says, "Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?" So we're supposed to, like, you know, so understanding that this world is gonna crumble, you know, this rulership, you know, it says, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. So that's what we're looking for, man. You know, we're not looking for, what's the solution to make COVID go away, you know, so we can get back to our, you know, bullshit ass lives, you know, whatever vain lifestyle you're trying to live in this place, you know, all those lifestyles are going to be burnt with this kingdom, man. And rightfully so. So we can establish a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, you know, and none of these perverse ways, you know.
Yep. And that's why in the scriptures it talks about how, you know, we're not going to have to teach, you know, our children, man, because they're already going to know. You know what I'm saying? They're already going to know the law. It's going to be in them, you know. But let me see.
Let me get this one on the comment board. This is a good one.
Yeah.
This is Psalms 49:11. It says, "Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names." That's specifically talking about Esau, how he goes and conquers lands and then names the land after himself.
America is an example.
Yeah, America is an example. Named after Amerigo Vespucci.
Mm-hmm.
It was an Italian map maker. But you know, but 2/3 of our people, you know, they follow Esau on that vibration of, thinking that America is going to last forever. Do some history. What they say on average, uh, uh, like a rulership or an empire lasts on average like 250 years, and I think America is like 245 years old or something like that. So I mean,
1776 to 2000, and that's the thing. 1776 sounds like a long time, but if you minus 1976 from 1776, that's 200 years, right? And then the time between 1976 to 2020 is not even 50 years, 45 years. Like you said, 245 years is not a long time, bro. It's not a long time. It's just beyond when we was alive and when our grandparents was alive. But there's people that, bro, I was listening to a video yesterday of audio of people that were alive during slavery. I'm not talking about, during Jim Crow laws. We still got grandparents that's alive from then. But during slavery, like 1860s, you know what I'm saying? People that was born in 1840, they 90 years old speaking in 1950 on a voice recorder, reminiscing about when they were slaves. Like, the information's out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not a long time ago, bro. It's just, we got millennials and Generation Z, TikTok babies that just think that shit's always been this way. Like, no. And it's not finna be like this. This should show you, 2020 should have showed you how quick and easily this whole place can change and shift. If you still think that life is the same, you are absolutely delusionally crazy. You have no clue what's going on. If you think that it's still the same opportunities as it was 18 months ago, you're absolutely insane, out of your mind.
The grinding shall cease.
Man, bro. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna grab that really quick. It says in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3, it says, it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. So those that look out of the windows, referring to, looking into the future, is darkened, man. They're not seeing the way anymore, and the grinding is ceasing. Nobody's working right now. Nobody wants to work. But that, like you said, I forgot exactly what you said, but it made me think of, people, they're trying to say that there's more opportunities. You said that, if you think that you have the same opportunities as you did, you're delusional. But now they're trying to say, yeah, there's more opportunities because there's a lack of, truck drivers and this, that, and the third. But those conditions for working for a company, they're insane. It's like you're underpaid, you're expected to work long ass hours, you're being overworked. And Jake doesn't want to do that, man. They rather live on the stimmy, and
yeah,
and be spoon fed by the government, man.
Yep. And that's exactly what they're gonna do. They're already proving themselves to have that mindset by taking that arm candy, man.
Yes. Okay.
That's why I'm not gonna let up on it, because it's like you people really trusted the government that much to where you say, I'm gonna take this optionally. It's not mandatory. It's optional. What I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say the only, pressure, that's on you is just social pressure. You're on that it's just social pressure.
Yeah.
Someone that's, if you're fearing man, basically, if you take that.
Because it's like, where's your faith in you? That's the core thing, is a missing element. Especially as a man, where's your faith in the Lord, bro? Where's your faith in the Lord that He can preserve you from sickness?
Yeah, it says that in Psalms that a plague shall not enter your dwelling.
Where is that, man? Man. Anyway,
And then,
Hey,
Jake, as tries to justify his wickedness. Well, they can make you take it. Well, the scriptures also say when the enemy comes in like a flood, the Most High is gonna lift up a standard.
but
So that
who's been forcefully getting, or at least over in America, brothers send videos and stuff of different, different countries and stuff. But those people are out there putting themselves in positions to they're provoking, man. They're out there on anti protests and stupid stuff like that, to where they making themselves like you don't gotta let you don't gotta let your boss know, oh, I'm getting that thing, man. Like that, to where to where you kind of almost flexing about it. You do it subtly. You know what I'm saying? You find out what what your situation is, to see if that's going to be something that's going to be mandatory in the near future. Is your company leaning towards that way, mandatory for all employees, or is it going to be more so lenient? You don't know, but you got to be got to be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, man, when it comes to that. But I had a precept regarding the whole thing, really.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this is real quick. It's Luke 18:8. It says, I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? Salakia. It says, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? And the answer is sparingly. He's going to find some, either he's going to find the, few and far between compared to the population, of people that's actually going to be willing to follow the Lamb. It means something to when the scriptures say that they follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth, man. Wherever the Lord Yahweh took them, whether it was turbulent winds. Think about the apostles. They were with Yahweh, in desperate situations. They ended up getting out through it. Think about the wilderness. It required nothing but faith. It made it so apparent that if you didn't have faith, you were wicked, that the Lord would just kill people on the spot. It wasn't oh, well, how come, if being gay is so bad, how come, how come they're still here? It wasn't, there was no question of that. They were just getting judged. And people don't understand that the Most High about to turn back on that. He gonna turn back. He gonna open the floodgates of hell on you, Jakes, man. And for you people who don't think that it's possible, are gonna get caught. Oh, did we even finish that in 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter? Okay, I'm done with that in Luke 18 and Revelation 18. So we can get that one, because you people are gonna get caught with the greatest unseen punch that's ever been given to man.
Okay. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Yeah. So those of you who watch that news clip, on the air, and it's probably none of the people that will end up watching this video, but those individuals that watch the original airing and maybe the rerun of that little clip that we played. Okay, and similar stories like that. I'm sure it's not the only one that was pushing that, because the vice president had, she was saying the same BS, and that's probably where that church got it from. Okay, but the point of the matter is, those people who are comforted in the message of, oh, well, if I take this arm candy, if I take the first and second dose of then I'm gonna be following Jesus' command of saying, when he said, love thy neighbor as thyself. You know what? You're right. Let me go ahead and get it. That's that comfort, and it's false comfort, because the Most High, he's going to jack you people up, man. Okay? If you read in Revelation, it talks about the plague of those that took that chip. Okay? Those that take the chip, they're going to get plague. Now, this isn't the mark, in the sense of the actual charagma, the incision, the chip implant. This isn't that. what we're talking about, the arm candy, it's just, but it's a precursor, and it gets you people in the mindset of being willing to take something foreign, insert it into your body because your daddy Esau said so. So that's why we can't let up on it, man, because it's going to lead up to what's inevitable to come before Yahushua returns, which is that MOB or MOTB.
Come.
You got it, bro.
Yeah. Come on, verse 4. It says, "But ye brethren are not in darkness, that they should overtake you as a thief." Because we understand prophecy, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. He's revealed to certain men that, hey, this is just a precursor to, the arm candy is just a precursor to, the MOB. We see it coming a mile away.
Hey, the brother GMS Daily Bread, he said, my boss thinks I'm vaxxed, or damn, I probably said the trigger word, Salaki, but I know it's your channel.
Nah, it's all good. I've been saying it.
He said my boss thinks I'm what, and that's the thing. Whatever you gotta do to supplant, you know what I mean? Like whatever you gotta do to supplant, because you got it, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's other ways around it. You can say you got that autoimmune thing, and that get a doctor's note. If you got a friend that's a doctor or something, there's ways around it.
Yeah,
but
yeah, for sure.
like we said earlier, wise as a serpent but harmless as a dove. We're not going into our workplace and trying to start up protests. And because at the end of the day, hey, the scriptures say he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive that mark. So you're not going to stop, 2/3 and these other nations from taking the MOB or the jab,
right?
Because it's prophesied that they have to. So we're not trying to, let the wicked be wicked still and let the righteous be righteous still. If they're not looking to be saved, then man, screw it, man. We're not trying to help anybody that's, not looking for the answers.
Right. Or when they're presented with the answer, they know, like, man, what they talking about is true, but they still turn it away. Yeah. Most I'm not dealing with those people, man.
Come
on. But anyway, that was it. No, wait, did you read verse 5 yet?
No. This is verse 5. It says, "Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober."
Right, man. We're children of the day, meaning during the daytime when you walk outside, you can see what's going on. Not children of the night, children of the darkness, which is the majority of the population. They got dark spirits on them. They got demonic forces that's influencing them to say the matters that that they spew out of their mouths, and everybody else accepts it because they all got demons on them. Them demons was generationally passed down from their parents to their parents to their parents. To now them demons on you, to where you gotta examine and evaluate your situation and see, am I really doing what the Most High really wants me to do? How do I know that I'm in alignment with the Most High? How do I even get to know the Most High? Well, thankfully we have a book. Christians call it basic instructions before leaving Earth, which that's not what it stands for. Okay, but the acronym, it doesn't hurt to give it that title, because it does help you. I should say, it helps you on your direction of how you should live your life. And the standards that you should uphold. So that's how you start. But if if you don't read, man, there's no way that you're going to be able to get the information. The scriptures wasn't written in 2018 on the internet where you can turn it into a YouTube video. Okay, you got to read this. You got to read the scriptures, man, and then the Spirit of the Lord got to be dealing with you. So that was it on that. But that really proves the point of. Matter of fact, can you read that last part in verse 5?
I think I clicked out of it. Hold on one second.
Okay. see.
See in verse 5?
Mm-hmm.
It says, 1 Thessalonians 5:5, ye are all the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober.
Well, read verse 7 about percent.
Verse 7. All right.
Mhm.
It says, for they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night.
Right. So they're completely disoriented.
Mhm.
You know, the most vulnerable people are people that's drunk on the weekends, walking around,
Half
you know,
asleep.
downtown looking like a damn zombie. Okay. You know, not remembering what the hell they did the next morning, taking coke and shit, different drugs to make sure they get the best out of their night, you know, just debasing themselves, defiling the temple. These are the people that are in the same state spiritually. You know, they don't know what's going on in you know in the world. They don't know what's going on, you know, in the heavens. They just there thinking that life is gonna continue to be able to give them opportunities to act a dang on fool. And you know, there's only so many more instances that the Most High can allow before He judges this place, man. And so many more instances of you being able to be a demon before He opens again. Matter of fact, let me get this scripture real quick in Isaiah, where it talks about the Most High being or excuse me, their judgment being a breach ready to fall. Let me get this real quick.
I'm gonna have
This
to
is
wrap it up pretty soon too.
yeah. This will be my last one. This is
Okay.
Isaiah 30:13. It says, "Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant." Okay, and so iniquity is sin stacked on top of sin, pressure bust pipes, right? And so it's only so much wickedness and iniquity that the Most High gonna tolerate until he explodes on Jake, man. That's the point we're trying to make. Okay. And when it comes out, it's gonna be all at once and it's gonna be unbearable. We're just warning you people, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
but
know.
hey, like Ezekiel the 3rd chapter says, we're washing the blood off our hand.
Mm-hmm.
So if you, there's no excuse, man. This word has traveled across the globe. There ain't no way you've haven't walked past a camp or scrolled past a video at
Or
this
never
point.
heard of the Israelites. Yeah, like
Yeah,
you
like
heard of you.
those
Yeah.
those seeds were cast out, and if it landed on stony ground or bad soil or amongst the thorny bushes, and so be it. But for the ones that it landed in good soil, those are who it was for.
Mm-hmm.
But matter of fact, let me end it with what 2 Corinthians 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 3 says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, and whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not. All right, and how has the God, the God of this world is Esau Edom, and how has he done that? Through, his deception, twisting scriptures, saying, hey, if you love your neighbor, take the jab. If you believe that bullshit, then all right, go ahead and take the jab.
That's some demonic stuff right there to tell somebody.
Yeah, man. But that's Esau. And that's the devil for you. He uses scriptures. Like he used scriptures against Yahushua to try to, cast those doubt demons on him. But hey, if you know the word and you read more into the word, you're gonna be able to combat those demons.
Mm-hmm.
It says, continuing on, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahushua, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. So, hey, some people are going to get it, and most people aren't. So, let the wicked be wicked still, and let the righteous be righteous still. If you know the truth, hey, continue in the truth. Continue pushing this word. All right, but hey, you also got to count your losses too. Hey, the blood's off your hands. Knock the dust off your feet and bounce, man. Did you have any closing statements?
I mean, pretty much that's it. I just wanted to. I figured it would spark a decent little conversation with the whole love your neighbor as yourself, deal. But the hypocrisy in that, man, is outrageous. There's no way that and that's why Jake don't be. That's why a lot of men don't be in the church, man, because they're like, this is bullshit. It's mostly these 65-year-old, retired women that just, been going to church for 40 years, and they gonna do whatever pastor say, because he knows best.
Yeah.
But everything, go ahead. It's
Yeah,
really tragic, man.
Hey, the scriptures say the simple believeth every word. So, they're only gonna hear what they want to hear. But I'm gonna wrap it up.
Go ahead. You can close it up.
So with that, Lord willing, this live stream video was edifying and uplifting to the elect. So once again, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Again, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect.
Shalom.